Good evening, Dr. Murphy. This is Michael Colbert here, and today we're going to talk about long-term effects of mental and emotional abuse. Okay, so we begin with the overarching impact of childhood and adolescent mental abuse on relationships. Okay, so childhood and adolescent mental and emotional abuse can fundamentally alter a survivor's psychological and relational blueprint. Survivors often struggle with emotional regulation, insecure attachment styles, and severe trust issues. These lingering psychological wounds typically manifest as an ongoing struggle to establish genuine intimacy and navigate conflict in adult romantic partnerships. The overarching impacts of early life emotional and mental abuse on adult relationships generally manifest across several differing dynamics. The first two that we're going to talk about are insecure attachment styles and heightened emotional reactivity. When early caregivers are unsafe or emotionally unavailable, survivors often develop anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment styles. This can lead to a pervasive fear of vulnerability and overdependence on a partner for validation, or a tendency to self-sabotage and emotionally distance themselves when intimacy deepens. Survivors frequently struggle with emotional dysregulation because their early environments require them to be hypervigilant to threats of criticism. They may overreact to routine conflict or minor disagreements in adult relationships, triggering intense feelings of fear or anger. Next, we'll talk about trust issues, hypervigilance again, and impaired compassion and relationship satisfaction. Enduring manipulation, betrayal, or invalidation during formative years makes it difficult to trust others. Survivors may harbor a persistent belief that they will inevitably be deceived or harmed, leading to constant scrutiny of their partner's motives. Research on childhood emotional maltreatment indicates that the emotional toll can diminish compassionate, reciprocal goals within a partnership over time. This gradual erosion frequently results in decreased overall relationship satisfaction and higher barriers to healthy communication. Next, maladaptive coping mechanisms. To protect themselves from intense distress, survivors may default to suppression, emotional numbing, or extreme people-pleasing behaviors, all of which obstruct authentic self-disclosure and equal partnership dynamics. Understanding these core issues is the first step towards building healthier, more secure connections. Navigating this territory can be complex, and specialized support resources are in fact available. So the next thing we're going to discuss is 3 ways to foster resiliency from adolescent mental and emotional abuse. Okay? Providers can foster adolescent resilience after mental and emotional abuse by validating their experiences through trauma-informed care, teaching healthy coping skills such as mindfulness, and connecting them to pro-social community activities. First, providers must offer a safe, non-judgmental environment where the adolescent feels heard. Emotional abuse often leaves youth feeling isolated and doubting their own reality. By actively listening and validating their feelings, providers help dismantle negative self-scripts and establish a trusting relationship, allowing adolescents to feel safe enough to process their trauma. Next, equipping youth with evidence-based cognitive and physical coping mechanisms can help restore agency. Providers can introduce tools such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling to help adolescents regulate their emotions when triggered. Additionally, teaching them problem-solving strategies empowers youth to take decisive, manageable action, which reclaims the sense of personal control lost during abuse. Finally, we talk about integrating the adolescent into structured, positive, extracurricular, or community activities can help restore their social ability. Participating in school clubs, sports, or volunteer work exposes youth to positive peer and adult role models. This gives them a sense of community, builds their talents outside of their abuse, and fosters the cognitive and behavioral assets necessary to bounce back from adversity. Thank you very much.